Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone watching on livestream to Mr. Virtual World 2014. After many months of searching the grid for the most handsome man, the most outstanding stylist, and for candidates with wit, intelligence, and charm, we have finally arrived at this moment, the long-awaited finals for Mr. Virtual World 2014. We have a truly amazing show for you today. Please stay tuned and give your support to your favorite candidate. My name is Red Kleinchen, and I'm here today as your host and DJ, and I feel privileged that a wonderful lady is assisting me during this show. It is Wicker Merlin, designer of Wicker's wardrobe, fashion model, teacher, writer, and blogger. Wicker,
Hello, good
are you
evening,
there?
everybody.
Okay, the Mr. Virtual World 2014 pageant is presented by the Best of Second Life, owned by the dynamic and fabulous Rain Congreo, CEO of Basel and Company, Best of Second Life, Mr. Virtual World organization, top model competition, and the founder of Color of Couture. Our Mr. Virtual World team would like to thank our esteemed judges and our sponsors to be here today with us. The judges for Mr. Virtual World 2014 finals are Chimera Madison, founder and owner of Chibo and our beloved First Lady of the pageant. Takuya Jin, founder and owner of Gabriel. Pam Estonia, professional photographer and graphic artist. Jules Catlin, owner of Surplus Motors. Angelique Lavecchia, Mr. Virtual World Peru 2011, CEO of Manshots, Elysium manager, CEO of Oglam, and professional model and stylist. Next up is Jax Astor, Mr. Virtual World 2012, also a professional photographer, model, stylist, and fashion blogger. Madrid Solo, founder and CEO of Solo Enterprises. Skip Stahaley, professional photographer and graphic artist. Eurydice Quark, Mr. Virtual World 2014. Oh, sorry, Mrs. Virtual World. My bad. Mexico 2014. Canary Fashion Agency CEO and professional models and stylist. Anastasia Markova, CEO of Opium Agency, and professional model and stylist. And last but not least, Alien Bear Gupte, owner of Alien Bear Jewelry Designs. We wish to extend a special thanks to our sponsors, RGF Estates by Marcus Wisser and Gabriel Designs by Takuya Jin, who, without their support, we would have not been able to realize this wonderful pageant of Mr. Virtual World. We also wish to extend our thanks and appreciation to our associate members: Innovar Magazine, Fusion Magazine, Up to Date Magazine, Model S Magazine, and Versus Magazine.
Last but not least, we shall not forget about your amazing DJ, the extraordinary and very talented Red Kleinchen, whose fashion sense, knowledge, and humor will make for a very entertaining evening. Before we start as well, I would like to mention that the wonderful stage for the National Challenge was built by our wonderful and creative Miss Falbula Ferry. Let's get the show started and meet the men who are competing for the title of Mr. Virtual World 2014. The finalists of Mr. Virtual World 2014 with their first styling for today, their national costume.
So, this stage is just awesome, and see all those men in their national dresses standing there. It's a beautiful sight. Wouldn't you agree, Wicker?
It's wonderful with all those wonderful lights, the flags where they're standing on. It's very detailed. And the costumes just shine already. I can't get enough to see there.
So, shall we start with our first candidate?
I think so.
Okay, our first candidate we welcome to the stage is Mr. Virtual World Argentina 2014, Cetus Aldrin.
He's wearing a personal mix and match of different designers. For example, his wonderful male baggy pants are from Dot B. The wonderful hat comes from Miyamai. The boots were made by Lassitude and Ennui, and the main outfit was made by Mona Lisa Couture. Very well represents Argentina because the typical national look with a hat and this wonderful shoulder ruffle. What do you think?
Well, what I think, I cannot say much about that because, yeah, it's just impressing and yeah, no words. And thank you, Cetus. And our next candidate is Mr. Belgium, Geoffrey Firehawk.
Geoffrey as well had to mix and match his outfit by himself. He combined makeup from Madrid Solo, jewelry from Bijou. The hairs come from Action Mess, and the outfit as well was made by Mona Lisa. I like the wonderful little crown and the ruffles. It looks very much like Belgium.
Well, since as far as I know Belgium is still a monarchy, that works.
This is true.
Okay, and Geoffrey chose this outfit to represent the new King Philip I because he thought the king is the unifying figure in a country with several communities. Representing Belgium is a way for him to highlight a small country in size, but rich in its culture, culinary specialties, and its legendary sense of humor. I got nothing to add to that. Thank you, Geoffrey. Let us continue with our next candidate, which is Mr. Brazil, Jones Malers.
Mr. Brazil is sponsored by Barrows Designs. They made this amazing Brazilian looking costume for him. The hair he chose was made by Emotions. Jewelry comes from the very talented Jeweler Finesmith, and the poses that he uses are made by Daryl from Possession. I like those huge feathers that we know from Brazil, like from the carnivals and that. It's a wonderful look.
Yes, indeed it is. And he says he presents to his national costume inspired by the rivers of Amazon and in your precious gems, showing a bit of nature and beauty of classical ethnicity, preserving his country's come for years and years. And I got to say, he did that. That's truly an amazing outfit. Thank you. Now we continue with our next candidate, which is Mr. Canada, Kramer Snookums.
Mr. Canada as well did a mix and match by himself, made by an outfit of Libra Designs, where the wonderful suit chest piece comes from. He used the shoes by Giza. His fingernails, yes, males wear fingernails too sometimes, are from 2013. The hair he chose to wear from Exile. And the wonderful ring that he is wearing comes from Heth Haute Couture.
Well, I like the idea how he resembles the Canadian flag in his outfit, with those leaves on the back. I really like it. And he says, hello happy Canadians, Mr. Virtual World judges, audience, and hello world. He says, I'm Kramer Snookums, your Mr. Virtual World Canada 2014. First and foremost, he would like to thank everyone that is here to support the guys today, and he's very pleased to present to all of you today an awesome design from Libra Designs. So, yeah, great job. Thank you for that, Kramer. So, after Canada, next one we got here is Mr. England, which is Christlaw. Welcome in on stage.
Time for the land of the castles and the dragons, England. Mr. England mix and matched his outfit as well. He's wearing hair from Excess, a chain necklace by Mandala. His cloak and the gloves are from Fade Play. And I think it's very, very impressive with a huge dragon. I hope he has a good leash to hold it. Not that he just releases it to kind of blackmail the winner of the contest from the judges. So I hope he has a very, very good leash to hold that dragon.
Yeah, please do. So guys, my national is tribute to St. George. He was a soldier in the Roman army and was later venerated as a Christian martyr. Martyr, yes. He is immortalized in the tale of St. George and the Dragon and is one of the 14 holy helpers. He is patron saint of England and many other countries and cities. Now let me tell a bit why England was my option. The reason that I have chosen England as my country is so simple. Just take a look at the past and present. We all have a little bit of England inside of us. So many good songs, so many characters in the cinema, theater, silent comedy, etc. Just marked us, our brothers, parents and grandparents, etc. There are places that approximate people and cultures, and I am sure that England is one of those places, and it makes me proud to be Mr. England, and a big respect for the culture. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Christopher, for that. And the next candidate we have is Mr. Franz Malthus Emor. Please come to the stage.
Mr. Franz is sponsored by SYS. His sunglasses are as well made by SYS. The scarf he's wearing is designed by Giza. The wonderful dog he's carrying is coming from Alchemy. And the hat is made by Body Factory, and the stick comes from Nicotine. This is a very modern, traditional, or a very modern design that represents the France country. I like that the dog as well has this little mustard, or how's it called? Moustache, not mustard, though.
And Mr. Franz says, "Hello, I introduce to you my own vision of France. For everyone, France means Paris and fashion. And yes, actually the French fashion style is something he really enjoys." He further says, "I worked with my designer SYS on an interpretation of the Jean-Paul Gaultier sailor shirt, mixing it with an urban style, because like Coco Chanel used to say, there's no fashion if it doesn't go in the street." And I gotta say, that quote is correct. Thank you for that, Malthus. And after France, we got our next candidate, which is Mr. Germany, Hobbit Zenfold.
Hobbit is sponsored by Swagger. He's wearing the, I have to say sadly, typical sad leather pants for the Germans, because it seems everybody in the world imagines leather pants and sauerkraut and whatnot for the Germans. So he did really well using that really Bavarian leather pants made by Swag. The wonderful Edelweiss, the typical flower, was special made for Hobby. The shoes come from Hornbach. And he mixed and matched a lot of accessories to it, from Manticore. And the wonderful pretzel, I hope it's the right word for that. We in Germany call it just pretzel with a soft B, is from Carla Colasso. This animal he's coming with is a very typical animal for like the mountains or the more countryside thing. I don't know the English word. In German it's called Steinbock.
I think it's ram, if I'm not totally wrong.
Oh yeah, that can be.
Well, like Wigo already said, that's basically typical Bavarian outfit, like old-style Bavarian. It's a matter of taste, but I do like the idea on the one side, but it's not up to me to decide what is up. And his words about the outfit and his country are: "This outfit is one of the world's most prestigious events in my country, the Oktoberfest. It's a very traditional outfit and one that is recognized by many foreign countries as very German. My country is not perfect, it's these rough edges that makes this country so adorable for me. It's my home." Well, those are his words, and I got nothing to add to that. Thank you for this, Hobbit. And after Germany, we got Mr. Greece, Artur Costa Aquina. Please welcome him to the stage.
Mr. Grease is sponsored by Enrice Dudek. The whole outfit basically was made by the designer, especially for him. The armor parts are coming from Roman armor, and his poses were especially made by Krista Volans. I like to call her Chili, but I know she does not like that, so I will just shush about it. The poses as well were exclusively made for that outfit. It's wonderful how he brings the sun and kind of parts of the old Greek history with the armor parts. It's really a delightful outfit.
Yeah, it's a very special outfit, and nothing you would intentionally or originally think Greek, but yeah, it's up to others to decide that. It's very interesting for me, I gotta say. Um, yeah, and his words are: my national costume is inspired on the phoenix in classic Greek. I can't read that, sorry. It's a bird in the Greek mythology that, when it died, it burned itself down, and after a while, it was reborn from its own ashes. Another characteristic of the phoenix is its strength, which allows her to carry heavy loads. In some of the legend that were told, the phoenix could even carry elephants. It can transform itself into a bird of fire. I love Grease. Those were his words about his outfit, and again, there's nothing to add to it. Thank you, Mr. Grease. And our next candidate after Mr. Grease is Mr. Ireland. Paradox Mesmer. Please welcome him to the stage.
The wonderful suit of Mr. Island is sponsored by the wonderful hand-painted textures from Wix and Dagger of Vengeful Threats. The custom-made black shoulder pieces and the necklace were made from Libra Designs. I have to admit, what I like is the Celtic ornaments that he brings in his shoulder piece, and the typical Irish green parted with that kind of copper really looks amazing. And I like how he kind of repeated those lighter copper brownish colors on the shoes. It's a wonderful outfit. And the typical red hair, for sure not to forget.
Yeah, his outfit really makes me wish next St. Paddy's Day would be there to have a party. And his own words are: I envisioned the design of this outfit based on Celtic traditional art, Ireland's flag colors, and the shamrock as an Irish symbol of good luck. The Celts were a proud warrior people, and I'm proud to represent Ireland, because no matter what struggles they've gone through, the Irish have remained proud and very loyal to their nationality, roots, and culture. They have a strong sense of who they are, as do I, the fighting Irish. Those were the words of Paradox Mesmer, and yes, nothing to add. Thank you for that, Docs. And after the Irishman, we got Mr. Italy, Trouble Deathly. Welcome him to stage.
Mr. Italy's outfit was sponsored by a designer that would like to stay anonymous, but the outfit was designed by Zoe Z of Sansa. the sword he added from the forge, and his poses are coming. Now it gets very weird because I always have trouble to announcing my own stuff, but the poses were made by Vickers Wardrobe. He's coming in the typical gladiator carriage, even with his horse. He told me his horse is called Mango and she's a female. She was very nervous when we did the poses, so it was quite funny. She could not stay still for a second, so I hope she behaves now.
Yeah, to be honest, I gotta say, what is the first thing people realize or remember about Italy? It's the Roman culture. True. So, he really stroked that, and the idea with the horse is great. I hope the stage will be clean afterwards. Never mind. Okay, and his own words. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Trouble Deathly, and it is with such privilege and great honor that I represent Italy before you. Italy is a country rich in both history and culture, where some of the greatest artists, philosophers, leaders, and movements have hailed from. It is also a country that even today fights for freedom. Like the gladiator of ancient times, I have learned that we, as people, all have our own battles to face. While ours may not require the use of a sword, it takes nothing away from the obstacles that must be overcome, the pain at times that must be endured, and ultimately the heart that must remain steadfast even in the face of adversity. Viva l'Italia! Those were his words, and thank you for showing it to us, Trouble. And our next candidate is from across the world, at least from Italy, and it is Mr. Japan, Mr. Ryuju Yuhara. Konnichiwa. By the way, that's the only Japanese I can do, so please don't. Yep, never mind. Wicca?
Mr. Japan is fully dressed by Gabriel. Gabriel made exclusively this wonderful outfit for Mr. Japan. The hair as well come from a Japanese designer from Tukinowaguma. It's called Renji hair. And I have to say, this is something I would imagine if I think about typical traditional Japanese outfits. The typical flowers on the jackets, the wild hair, just a wonderful imagination of a, for me, foreign country that makes me want to travel and see more about the history of Japan.
And mixed like it is, it reminds me of the Japanese demon culture, and I really like that idea. And yeah, I got nothing to say for that. And his own words are, "Hello, I'm Ryuju Yuhara, Mr. Japan. Japan is the country that I was born and raised in, and it is the country I love and pride in. This style illustrates the traditional Japanese kabuki program called Renjishi, which means lion dance. The hairstyle has the characteristics of a brave lion." Yeah, indeed. Thank you for that, Ryuju. And our next candidate is Mr. Monaco, Olivier Boubert. I hope I pronounced that name right. So please welcome him to stage. Wicca?
Mr. Monaco did a mix and match of his own. His pants coming from Mancino. The wonderful blazer with the breasted blue comes from Hornbach. The shoes are made by Numa Boss. For the hat, he did not name a designer. For the hairbase, it's Action Organic. And the medalist, he did by him own.
It's a very interesting outfit. It remembers me of, I don't know how to say it in English, the persons who rule Monaco. Can you help me, Vika? Maybe not.
No, probably not.
Okay. I don't know if it's Duke or something like that. It's an interesting idea because, in my eyes, I don't know what really shows Monaco, and maybe his own words will describe it. So I'll read them for you. I chose this outfit because National Monaco Principality, and therefore there's a prince for this reason that I chose this outfit. So those were his own words, and thank you for that, Olivier. And the next candidate after Monaco is Mr. Philippines 2014, Marbox.
Marbox did style himself with a wonderful mix and match. The huge hat piece is coming from Champagne Sparkling Couture. It's the Aztec Warrior hat piece. The necklace and the bottom piece as well are from Champagne Sparkling Couture. He added a few parts of the Barrows outfit I cannot even pronounce for that. And his face makeup is made by Soedara. This is really looking like a traditional warrior with those huge feathers and the wonderful face makeup that really reminds me on those traditional makeups that are done by the warriors in their culture.
Yeah, it's really impressive to see people using the old traditional warrior ways of their countries. I really like that idea, and those feathers are just, yeah. I think if you stood against that warrior, those feathers already could have scared you off. So his own words about it. Hello Philippines and hello world. I'm Marbox, your Mr. Virtual World Philippines 2014. I would like to thank you all here for your support on this special event. I'm very excited and pleased to present to you today the amazing designs from Champagne Sparkling Couture and Bear Rose, representing the great culture of the Philippines. Once again, I'm Marbox saying, it's more fun in the Philippines. Mabuhay! Nothing to add there. Thank you for that, Marbox. And after the Philippines, we are presenting Portugal to you. Next up is our candidate, Mr. Portugal 2014, Bosco Johnson.
Mr. Portugal is sponsored by Barrows from the wonderful designer Joan Dion, which is very well known for her very fantasy-like and huge detailed outfits. His poses were exclusively created by designer Daryl from Possession, and his walk was made by Ramona Chris from My Animations. This is in colors, it reminds me a lot of Portugal. I recall the red, green, and white colors for Portugal, and I love those feathers that are added at the arm. When he moves, they move with him. Wonderful. And
Indeed.
even the textures on the pants, if you see all those little ornaments, it's amazing.
Indeed, it's a very, very interesting and well done outfit, and I think, especially due to the colors, it really goes to Portugal. If I'm not totally mistaken, those colors are even on their national flag. Please don't hit me if they're not. I'm not that familiar with the nation's flags at all. So, yeah, and he has not said anything yet. So, I'm still waiting to read his own words to you because you out there on the live stream, you sadly cannot read them. So that's why I usually try to read them for you so you get informed. Here we go. And he says, "Hello, I am the Bosco, Mr. Virtual Portugal, and I wanted to show through my nation costume inspired by the cut in a different way, a fantasy galo with the colors of my country." Yeah, nothing to add there. Thank you for that, Bosco. So, after Portugal, we got Spain, the neighbor. So, welcome on stage, Mr. Virtual World Spain 2014, Eric Davi.
His wonderful, one-of-a-kind Mr. Virtual Spain national exclusive outfit was made by Dad Dolls. The hair comes from Cherno. The horns he added are from Niramith Dianotor. The makeup is made by KK and has the wonderful set called Spooky Set. And the ring is just magnesized. This is as well a very modern interpretation, but I like that he comes with those typical wrap around the waist and the horns and his sign for the PETA organization. That's a statement.
Definitely is. And a statement I can second, but that has nothing to do with this. So, his own words are, "Spain is a country with strong cultural roots and an important history in which coexist various ethnicities and cultures. What I appreciate most of this country is the democracy that allow freedom of expressions of one's real self. My national costume is inspired to San Fermin's festival in the city of Pamplona, Navarre. It is a deeply rooted folkloric celebration which most famous event is the Encierro, the running of the bulls. This event consists in hundreds of people running in front of bulls for 800 meters in the narrow streets of Old Pamplona till the Plaza de Toros, in which the bulls are held till the afternoon, when they are eventually killed in a bullfight. I decided to represent with my national costume the protest against the brutality and the violence against animals for the only purpose of audience's amusement. You run, bulls die." Those were his words. Thank you, Eric. After this strong statement from Spain, we got our next candidate, Mr. Swiss 2014, Tyrone Talks.
The national outfit he's wearing is signed by Dolce Cleo brand, a leader in the Italian female formal apparel and Second Life since about 3 years. But I was told that she will come up with a male apparel for the next autumn-winter collection. I think if I cam about, yeah, I got it's a very traditional Swiss outfit. The typical red and white colors, and his instrument with a hat. I remember those when we had History about Swiss, to be honest.
It's indeed very interesting, and I don't know how that instrument is called in English. I would say Alp horn. It has a beautiful sound if you're far away, far enough away. So if you're too close, it's very loud.
Yes, this is very true.
But if you're on the next mountain, it's just awesome. Okay, never mind. Enough of bragging. And his words are: the national outfit worn by Tyrone is signed Dolce Cleo, brand leader in Italian female formal appearance, Second Life. Okay, basically the same already Wicker said. Yeah, the traditional suit that you see is composed of red knee-length trousers and black shirt with a red vest, all finished with traditional trimmings, mesh in 5 standard size. The head shoes with socks and the traditional Swiss instrument, the Alp horn, placed on the spine are included also. All by Dolce Clio Italian style. I chose this outfit because for me it represents the Swiss tradition, the roots of the family, the fresh and pure air of the mountains. Yes, they definitely have fresh air there, fresher than in Germany. Thank you for that, Mr. Tyrone. So, after Switzerland, we got Mr. USA, Coco Mapia. Please welcome him to the stage.
Mr. USA did his own mix and match in the typical American colors red, blue, and white. His sunglasses are from HOC, the stacking ears are from Mandela, and his wonderful stars and stripes suit with the wingtip blue shoes is from Funk.
Can you ever imagine you as Mr. not wearing the nation's colors? I can't.
That is true.
Well, the US people are very patriot people, so they're really proud of their country. And you see it many times that they actually wear their flag's colors or even their flags as outfits, which is interesting in a way. And his own words are: Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Coco Mapia, proudly representing Mr. Virtual World USA 2014. I am honored and humbled to be among you. I've selected this national costume attire because it best represents the pride and patriotism I feel for my country. This suit's design is based on the American flag, which symbolizes the freedom and liberty granted to the citizens of the United States. The Uncle Sam suit is something that truly resembles America. Yes, it does. And like I said it before, you see it even in real life at times. Thank you for that, Mr. USA. And after the USA, we got Mr. Vatican City, Libra Rage. Welcome on stage.
Mr. Vatican City is totally dressed by Solidaire Felice and Hate Me and Eat Me. I have to say, when I first heard Vatican City, I was very curious what could be a traditional outfit for Vatican City, or even not was a country that I ever heard before in some of those contests. So it's very impressive that he's going kind of with the angel theme, with his floating poses. And I like the mixture of white and gold with those red striking hard in front and the halo. Even if I would like to say that this halo has to be really, really glued hard to his head, because as far as I know him, he's way far away from being an angel.
Well, I can't say anything about that because I don't know Libra, but the idea of that outfit is really good, combined with the fact that it is Vatican City. You got somebody that is actually an angel on stage. That's something new. Come on. Thank you for that. Wait a second. And here are his own words. Vatican's is a title that has never before been assigned in a Second Life competition. For me, carrying this title is an opportunity to deeply reflect on the global Western culture and how we, as a community, are able to practice acceptance and understanding through the use of facts and not empty words. To assist my personal mission, the message I wish to deliver to our community, I was gifted the support of Mila Tatham of Solidae Follies and Riri Nini of HMAEM, seeking to support my idea. They collaborated together to create a one-of-a-kind piece. The name of the creation is Cuore Sacro, which is Italian for Sacred Heart. This symbolizes that no matter where we stand politically or on the cultural spectrum, the one characteristic that truly makes a man is a pure of a heart. Yeah, nothing to add there. Thank you, Libra. So, we almost reached the end of the national outfits in Mr. Virtual World 2014. So here, last but not least, Mr. Wales, Corey.
Corey was dressed by Giza designers, Giz Zeron and Australian. He's coming in a very, very national outfit that we all know, the Welsh Guard. This is something that tourists like me like to see if they go to the Welsh country. I actually was once there, and it's very impressive. Gives you kind of respect if you see those people. He's wearing the typical gun, and he had as well the typical walk that I personally think is very funny. The colors with black, red, and white and the added gold for me are as well very typical for his country.
And I so can see him stand in front of the palace in London, trying not to laugh when people stand in front of it and make funny faces. So his words are, I chose Wales because I wanted more attention on this country within the UK. Many people mention England, Ireland and Scotland, but Wales, that does not get much limelight. I chose the Welsh Guard as my national uniform because it is something readily recognizable. It is a representation of honor and integrity. Lady Diana is one representative of Wales that contributed to many charities worldwide, and she was revered by many. Like Lady Diana, I am too wishing to be part of charities to benefit those less fortunate. Through representing Wales, I feel the spirit of giving and working with charities lives on. Cymru am byth. Thank you for that, Mr. Wales, Corey.
After we saw this wonderful national challenge, We will have a short commercial break to change the stages. That means we will go to another specially designed stage for the formal outfits. And we just will see you in a few minutes. Time to get a coffee, maybe, and watch the wonderful commercials of this year's Mr. Virtual World.
So see you in a bit after the break.